Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students of MCOM Part 1, we are now going to study the next topic, process of preparing effective business messages. Well, you see, effective business messages are of great significance and importance to a business firm. These messages create goodwill, they retain customers, and they determine the efficacy of business firm. Well, while preparing effective business messages, we need to do certain things. We need to plan, we need to organize, draft, revise, edit, and proofread. These are different steps while writing, particularly while drafting a written message. We have to undergo all these steps. We have to plan first before writing. It is a pre-writing step, and then after planning, we have to organize our message. Organizing means we have to organize our thoughts, and then we have to draft our message. Draft means writing message. First, we have written it. It is not a final message. We have to revise it, edit it. Revise means we have to go back and read carefully the whole message again, so that there may be, if there are some mistakes or errors in the message, we can remove them. After that, we have to revise the message. And then we have to edit the message. Edit means we have to simply remove some undesirable words or sentences, and then if we want to add something, we can add some more sentences or words in the message, and then we have to proofread. Lastly, proofread means to read it carefully and minutely, so that there is no mistake or error in the message. And then the thoughtful attention to the use of 7 C's. 7 C's, are the principles of communication. These 7 C's give us a guideline for the content and style of our messages. So we have to make sure that we will use 7 C's, the principles of communication, in our messages. That is, our messages should be complete, it should be concise, it should be correct, it should be courteous, it should be considerate, etc. So an effective business message demands skill and effort in its preparation. Well, in the process of preparing effective business message, there are 5 planning steps. So these are very important steps which we should consider while drafting a message. These are 5 planning steps. Planning, as I have already said, that planning comes before. प्लानिंग मैसेज लिखने से पहले होती है, इसलिए ये प्री राइटिंग स्टेप्स हैं. तो first is to identify the purpose, second is to analyze the audience, third is to choose ideas, and 4, collect data to support ideas, and 5 is to organize the message. So we come to the first one. First is the identify the purpose. Before writing a message, we have to identify the purpose. Why we are writing this message? What is our purpose of writing this message? So whenever we do something, we have some purpose behind it. So purpose is always there. So we have to identify, we have to know what is our purpose. Whether our message is informative message, whether we are giving some information, whether we're going to persuade someone, or whether we are making some sort of business contract, or we are trying to reach some agreement. So we have to decide this first. We have to see these questions. Is the message mainly informational, such as announcing a bonus scheme? Is it mainly persuasive, such as asking a customer to buy the writer's product? Is he trying to negotiate a contract with the bookseller in Lahore, or should he explain why he is not granting the adjustment against a claim? So these may be the purposes of a uh, different purpose. Moreover, you see the underlying purpose, the background purpose of all business messages is to create goodwill. Creating goodwill is ultimately is ultimate or is the basic purpose of every business activity. Whatever we do to uh, to conduct our business, the background or the underlying purpose of our every act in while doing a business is to create goodwill. And you see, goodwill is very important in business. It simply makes your business successful. For example, in a refusal letter, refusal to adjustment, the purpose is twofold. Well, refusal, is a bad news message. So, in a refusal to adjustment or refusal to credit message, you have to refuse and then you have to retain the customer. A customer may not leave transacting business with you. So, courtesy and patience are especially necessary to create goodwill. Well, the second planning step in preparing an effective business message is to analyze the audience. Analyzing the audience is also necessary. You have to analyze the audience. You need to know who are they, uh, who the receivers are, and uh, you should see your message from the receiver's point of view. You should analyze their needs, interests, attitudes, and even culture. If the writer is sending a message to one person, he should know him as as a member of a group. So he should see whether the uh, person is a superior, colleague, subordinate, man, woman, new or long time customer. Young, whether he's young, middle aged, elderly, he is a student, he is a doctor, he is a teacher, whatever, you have to know him. The writer should consider his educational level. So, the educational level of the receiver should also be kept in mind while preparing an effective business message. If he is an ordinary person, you should use simple language, you should avoid technical language. He should also decide whether the readers are informed or uninformed on the subject and whether they will react positively. So, he should also know, the sender of the message should also know whether the people are informed about the topic on which he is communicating with them or not.